Hello there. My name is Sherry Simpson. I am a transformational life coach and an Akashic record reader and a card reader. I am here today on May 23rd, which is my brother's birthday. So happy birthday, brother. And I pulled 3 cards and posted them on Instagram and Facebook. And now I'm going to reveal those cards to you and give you the information about what it is that you were looking for. And I am setting the intention you're going to receive exactly what it is that you need. Before I get going, I wanted to let you know that I do one-to-one readings, one-to-one card readings. I also do Akashic record readings, which are much deeper, which can connect you into who you are at a soul level, as well as help you to heal things from the past this life, past lives, as well as connect you into your life purpose and your passions and some of your innate gifts and talents, and connect you with your spirit guides, and allow you to receive information and intuition on your own. And I do that through spiritual expansion programs as well. So I have a new one coming up that's starting on June 6th. If you sign up before June 1st, then you get a $111 discount. And if you sign up before the 29th of May, what's today, the 23rd, then you also receive a bonus partner reading in the Akashic Records with you and another loved one. And I will connect in and see how many lifetimes you've had together and what relationships you've had, and how you're interacting in this life in terms of your life themes and some other good stuff like that. So I will leave links for you below. I also work one-to-one with people, especially if people don't like to work in groups, and I will leave some information about that too. So I want to connect in with you and share the 3 cards that I pulled today. And the very first card I pulled, so if you pulled number 1, it's a number 1 card that came up. So the card that came up is a blue card, and this is the John Holland Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck. And the blue cards in his deck is the mental play. So this is clarifying your belief. So I believe in the 4 bodies. I believe that we have a physical body where we tangibly exist and manifest into the real world. I also believe that we have a mental body where our thoughts exist, and the thoughts that you keep thinking become your beliefs, and your belief system is how you operate and function in the world, because if you believe the world is an unsafe place, then you call in more things that feel unsafe. If you believe that there's more than enough to go around, then you always have more than enough to go around. So that's the thoughts that create beliefs. So the number 1 card today is clarity in belief. And this kid did come up in the upright position. And this gentleman is actually holding a hand on his heart, and he is shooting the other hand into the future with a butterfly. And there's so much going on in this. I really love this card. So he's shooting a butterfly into the future, which makes me think of transformation. It makes me think of lightness and freedom, because butterflies can fly wherever they want to. And butterflies, they start as caterpillars, and they turn into these wonderful, wonderful butterflies. And they visit flowers, and he is connecting in with his heart, and he is mentally clarifying his thoughts, which will become his beliefs. And he is standing in a place that looks like he is in water. There's lots of blue around him. The light blue is about the throat chakra. The throat chakra color is really about speaking your truth and hearing your truth and connecting into the things that you want to create through your words and through your beliefs in terms of hearing and thinking and understanding. If you have sinus issues, many people are confused about what they're hearing or what they're speaking or what they're capable of speaking or capable of hearing. And that is that really light blue color. He's also standing in what looks like water. Water is very floaty, but this is also like an indigo blue color, which has to do with that third eye, connecting into your inner self, connecting into you and your past lives, to your gifts, to your talents, to your challenges even, and clarifying what it is that you want to continue thinking to create your beliefs. There's also lots of pink in this card, and pink is all about self-love. It's that heart place of being able to receive. So he has one hand over his heart as though he's allowing himself to receive, but also that he's allowing himself to clarify his beliefs and his thoughts and send some love. The green there is the heart chakra color, into the future, as though he is knowing that he is manifesting based on clarifying his beliefs and his thoughts into the future, so that he is building the future into what he is now. So the interesting thing about manifestation and the now is that when you are looking at things around you that are currently existing in 3 dimensions, you are actually looking at what you did already create. So you are looking at what you've manifested in the past that is in the now, because manifestations don't happen instantly. For some people, they happen really quickly, so you need to be really careful about what you're thinking and believing, because if you're thinking and believing that the world is a scary place, then scary things can start happening very quickly for some people. So he is actually intending with love. There's a heart there that almost looks like it's being swirled into an abundance number, but it does look like a heart to me. And so he's shooting these thoughts and beliefs into the future. And so what that means is he is actually setting the intentions and deciding that what he is thinking and believing in is going to be in the future. And when you're thinking in that way, that is what is going to become your reality. So he is shooting his thoughts, and he is shooting his beliefs, and he is shooting his love and his connection to himself, and his connection to the things that he wants to hear and the things that he wants to think into the future, which is going to be what he is manifesting next. Because the now is what you have manifested, and what you're visualizing and what you're intending and what you're believing and what you're acting on is what you're going to bring into the next step in your life. So if you pick this number 1 card, then I want you to really concentrate on what it is that you've been thinking and what it is that you believe. I want you to think about releasing what it is that you don't need anymore, those thoughts that are mean, those thoughts that are scary, those thoughts that aren't serving you, those thoughts that you've picked up from other people around you. And I really want you to step into, what does my heart want? What do I believe from a heart-centered place, from connecting into my third eye and this knowingness of what it is that I want to manifest into my future reality, to become the person that I know I'm going to be in order to achieve and receive these things that I'm sending into my future. What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to feel? What is it that you want to choose? What consequences do you want to experience based on what you're thinking and believing? So really stepping into the number 1 here is you. It is not about what your friends want, what your family wants, what you want for your kids, what you want for society, what you want for the lady across the street. It is, what do you want for you? What thoughts are you thinking? How are you treating yourself? What are you believing the world looks and feels like? What are you believing that you desire and that you deserve? And then you want to start thinking those thoughts and literally connecting into speaking those things to yourself and believing that you can manifest it, and stepping into the emotions with all of that self-love and that pink, that you can have those things that you desire, and you're going to allow that butterfly to collect and create and to freely fly into the future, so that those things are all ready for you when you get there, which is as soon as tomorrow, if you believe that you can have it. So that is the number 1 card and what I'm seeing in creating your beliefs. The number 2 card, many of you chose number 2 today. And this one came in reverse, and it came in as moving on. And this is the number 8 card. And 8 is all about abundance, but for many of us, the number 8 can be a challenge in abundance. And it can be that we're running away from things rather than running to. And wherever you go, there you are. So it's very interesting that this came up as the number 1 card, because your thoughts and your beliefs create your reality, and then your emotions allow another layer of that to slap on top of what you're thinking and believing in order to help create your manifestations into the physical. So if you believe there is not enough abundance around, that you are not enough, that you are not capable, if you believe that you need to leave the situation that you're in, then wherever you go, there you are, which means that fear is going to follow you because the fear is actually within you. And so what you need to do if you get this card is step into, I can create my own reality by not moving on necessarily by leaving everyone else behind, but it's more about leaving the thoughts and beliefs behind and clarifying the beliefs that you want and stepping into a place of, no, I am now deserving and worthy of this. You have been all along, but you've been following patterns and beliefs from years and years and years and lifetimes and generations that have actually been in that place of a lack, a struggle, a challenge, of things being difficult and things being hard. They are not. So I want you to step into the place that I can move on from my past by leaving the things behind that do not serve me, that are not mine. Many of us pick up shoulds and woulds and coulds from other people, and we pick up things from our generations, and we pick up things from society and from the news. And you know, somebody tells us that this restaurant is bad and they have bad food, and then we never visit it, but it could be the best restaurant ever, and it was just this one person that actually had something to eat for lunch that had nothing to do with the food that they ate for dinner, that they're basing their restaurant situation on. So I want you to really step into moving away from things that aren't serving you, moving things away from things that used to serve you but don't any longer, because moving on doesn't necessarily mean physically moving. It could be for some of you that you're physically moving, but with this picture in reverse, this gentleman is actually moving into the past, which makes me think you're moving on to things that are no longer serving you from back there, so that you can step into a future and into forward movement and into creating the future that you desire. An interesting thing about this card is, look at the separation. So he's walking on the beach and he's creating all of these footprints in the sand. And he's creating these footprints in the sand, walking into the past, which means that, yes, we can use the past to actually look at the things that did serve us. We can look into the past as being, yes, I made these choices. Yes, this is what I knew at this point in time. Yes, I thought that this was going to serve me for my entire life, but now I realize that I am someone new. And by releasing and walking through that path into the past, you can let go of all of those things that are no longer serving you, and the people that aren't serving you, and the thought patterns and emotions that aren't serving you. But you can choose to take with you the wisdom that you've learned, which is really cool, because it's as though you're shining a whole new light on experiences. So when you can release people and situations and experiences and choices, many of us beat ourselves up about choices that we've made in the past. We wish we didn't do this. We wish we did do that. We regret this. We regret not doing this. And holding on to those things are like carrying a whole wheelbarrow full of rocks and stones and crap on our shoulders or over top of our head. After a while, our arms get really tired. You don't need to carry all of those things like that. So I want you to move on from those thoughts and beliefs, carry the wisdom with you into the future, and then wipe the sand free of your footsteps. The really cool thing about this is that the water is actually going to come and wash those footprints away, and then you're going to have a whole new story to create. So once you release the past and you thank it and you forgive it and you allow yourself to move on, then you can actually move into your future and create a new place. You can create a new experience. You can create new things. Oh, I get the sense that some of you are actually stuck in this place of being in the past and being on a merry-go-round cycle of repeating things from the past, thinking that it's all you have, it's all you deserve, it's all that you're worthy of, thinking of, I need to make this right, I need to make this right, I need to make this right, and you're sort of getting stuck in that circle. And then you're never allowing the water to wash those footprints away because you keep walking the same path over and over and over again. So I want you to step into that place where you're finally deciding to release those things off of your shoulder, and you're stepping into that new place of moving on from your thoughts and beliefs and allowing the water that is there to wash those footprints away so that you can move into a place of new beginnings. You can move into a place of new celebrations. You can move into a place of, I deserve better. I am enough. I am worthy. I can create my own reality. You can move into a place of, I'm deciding that this is what I want instead. So an interesting thing too about this picture is that there's some flowers in the rocks, and he is in a place where he is looking down and he's not paying any attention that there's more than just, you know, dark brown rocks in this picture. There are some flowers here. There is some newness. There is some growth. There is some lightness to the heaviness that you may have been carrying around. So I want you to step into a place that it's now time for you to release what's not serving you, to release what's not yours, but to maintain the wisdom and the clarity that this has been creating and providing for you. So most of us can call in contrast after contrast after contrast, and we're like, oh my God, the drama, all of these things that I don't want. But if you actually look at those things as being clarity in what you don't want, then you can actually wash those things away, allowing the water to come and cover up those footprints and create a new place where you're like, okay, so these are things that I don't want. So spirit guides, thank you so much for bringing these things to me. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ascended masters. Thank you, loved ones, for bringing this stuff to my attention, because now I can actually choose to allow the water to flow in a different pattern, in a different path, in a way that is easier, in a way that is more flowy, that is more fun, that is more playful, that is more expansive, that is more peaceful. And then I can actually move on with my thoughts and beliefs, and I can create the reality that I want, because I don't have to keep walking that same path anymore. I can actually look up carrying the wisdom from my past and move into the future with the beliefs, with the new thought patterns, with the new emotions. So allow yourself to move on from your past. Allow the water that is flowing around you to wash away those old footprints, keeping your wisdom and knowing that you have the confidence, the capacity, the gifts, the skills, the talents, the wisdom, everything that you need in order to move on and create the reality that you desire. The last one that came through, if you chose card number 3, is number 3. And this is share the love, but it actually came in the reverse position. And when things come in the reverse position, I don't get the sense that this is saying, don't share love with anyone. I get the sense that this is actually saying share more love with yourself. So if you have not been giving yourself the self-care, the kindness, the confidence to move forward, because 3 is all about that solar plexus chakra and the confidence. If you haven't been doing that, then I want you to step into a place where you are allowing that to happen. Interesting thing about this card, if you look at share the love, the card is actually a whole bunch of silhouettes of people. And in this John Holland for the heart deck, the green card is all about the heart and all about emotions. So allowing your masculine and your feminine side, your giving and your receiving, to balance. If you haven't go over giving or overthinking things, then allow yourself to do more, allow yourself to be more, allow yourself to be and do more for you rather than giving all your energy away to other people. In this position where the hand is actually into the future, this is making me think that you can shine more love into your future, even if you haven't been feeling love in your past, and moving on from that place of the past and creating more clarity into the future that you want. I also love that this card is, the hand is actually open palm up, which is allowing yourself to receive. There's a heart that seems to be cracked in the middle, but I get the sense that for many of us, we have been hiding from our emotions, and we've been putting on these, like a hat, like a display of the emotions that we want other people to see. But deep down, we actually have different, deeper, more intense emotions below that. And it's really time that we crack that open and we allow that to shine and to share, because the more that you allow yourself to share the love that is really within you, instead of sharing all the things that you think you have to or that you've been feeling in the past, then the more authentic you feel, the more unique you feel, the more you give permission to the people around you to do the same thing. And I keep looking at this copper bracelet that this hand is wearing. So copper, if you've ever seen those bracelets that people wear, it's about aligning our own magnetics within our body. So it's sort of like aligning the chakras, which are the 7 main energy centers in the body that coincide with the colors of the rainbow: the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet of the rainbow colors. But it also has to do with aligning our polarities, so aligning the masculine and the feminine, aligning the ego human self with the highest soul self. So it's very interesting that that bracelet is about aligning polarities for me, because sharing the love does not only mean sharing the love you have for everyone else, it definitely means sharing the love that you have for yourself, and sharing it in really authentic ways rather than what you think other people are looking from or looking for from you, or what you feel you have to give. Like, ditch your shoulds and your woulds and your coulds, and allow yourself to really step into your heart. Many of us have this tendency to think and to logically do things rather than stepping into our heart and allowing a connection between both. Because if you cut off your head and you're only thinking from your heart, then logically you're not in a safe place, because the world does, we have an ego because we need to have some logic. We need to know to do certain things from a logic perspective and not only from an emotional perspective. Most of us get stuck in our heads and we swim around with thoughts. We swim around with, I should have done this, I should have had this conversation, I'm going to have this conversation with this person, and you're playing out all of these chess games in your head with communications and what you should have done or what you're going to do. And you just can't live life that way. It's not a way of being. It's not a way of experiencing in the now. So you really need to allow the head and the heart to really combine and connect. And so again, that connects in for me with stepping into that personal power, stepping into feeling your emotions and doing it from a place of what do I want, and stepping it into a place of aligning your polarities in many different ways, and allowing yourself to give and to receive, and just to experience a more balanced existence if you have not. So the number 1 card was clarity of belief, and that is about thoughts and what you keep thinking, and allowing yourself to create the reality in your future by visualizing and thinking and believing and mapping emotions to it and expressing what it is that you want to create, and allowing from a freedom and loving place, and a place of speaking your truth and hearing your truth, of doing what is best for you, because you are who matters on this planet. You are in your body. You are the one who is here for you. Yes, you're here to contribute to society and to have relationships and to communicate with others and do all those fun things that we love to do, but you are here for you. It's your body. It's you that you are here for. It's you that your soul is interested in expanding. So allowing your clarity of belief to be around what you want. Moving on from your past, allowing that water to actually wash away those footprints and stop repeating the past, and knowing that it's time to collect the wisdom from your past, but to allow yourself to move on in ways that are going to serve you way better than they have been. And allowing yourself to connect in with confidence to what it is that you want from your own authentic heart-placed place of desire, connecting in with your polarities, connecting in with your ego self and your human self, and just balancing everything in a new way that maybe you haven't been inspired to do in the past. That now that we're moving into this place where Uranus, this big awakener, has stepped into Taurus, which is the bull in the china shop, forgive me if you're a Taurus, it just really means that you are very grounded and you know what you want and you're going to go and get it. And so having Uranus, that big awakener in that place of going and being earthly and tangibly manifesting things is a different kind of energy for many of us. And we've moved through the new moon of new beginnings as we moved through the 15th when Uranus got into Taurus. And now we're in Gemini season, and Gemini is very airy and very light. They really like to communicate, and they really like to talk, and they really like things that are expansive and loving, and they tend to wear their hearts on their sleeves. They're such beautiful people. And we're also moving towards a full moon at the end of the month on the 29th about celebration. So I want you to step into a place right now, no matter what time of day or what day of the week or whenever this is, of allowing yourself to step into what it is that you want to manifest and create, and then making sure that you're going to celebrate those things that you are creating. Celebrate what you've created in the past, celebrate those old thoughts and beliefs, celebrate how you can step into who you are and what you want. Celebrate moving on, celebrate making new choices, celebrate releasing the past and carrying the wisdom forward. Celebrate you being more important, you being more balanced, balancing the polarities in your life of giving and receiving, of the masculine and the feminine, of the actual doing and of the being, of the logical mind and of the emotional mind, and just allowing yourself to step into the confidence of this is what I want, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to create in this lifetime, because this is why I'm here. So namaste, have a beautiful day. I hope you found that very helpful and nourishing for you and inspiring. If you would like to work with me for a personal reading, then you can connect with me at yltcoaching.com. You can also read about the new spiritual expansion and manifestation course that is coming in June. And you can also connect with me to work one-to-one if you want an Akashic record reading, or if you want to work even more deeply and do things more on a healing, your body, your relationships, your wealth, your finances, your purpose sort of way by doing one-to-one work with me over a period of time. So that's yltcoaching.com. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.